You're listening to the Hella Well with Danielle show, a podcast taking women of color on a journey exploring all things wellness and travel related. We're all about showing you how to put on your oxygen mask first and creating lasting self-care habits that will free you to travel the world and live the life you truly desire, and not one you have to fake loving. I'm your host, Danielle Washington. Now let's buckle up and start this journey. Welcome to the Hella Well with Danielle podcast, your weekly mental vacation from the daily grind for busy women who just need a moment to pause, breathe, and woosah. I am your host, Danielle Washington, and today we are doing something a little bit different. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up, and it's a time to remember and honor those we've lost. And while often we think of Memorial Day as a time to honor those who were war heroes or people in the military, I also think it's a time to honor someone right now that was very close to me that I lost. And for me, that's my old self. You see, the woman I am today wouldn't exist without the struggles, the pain, the perseverance of the woman I used to be. And it's important to recognize that in each and every one of us, to give credit to where it's due and honor that person inside of you that's got you to where you are today and honor her on her journey. So before we get fully started, because my old self went through a lot, and so I will be giving a memorial, more like almost like an obituary of my old stuff, but because there's times when I felt overwhelmed and I felt challenged, but I know that old me, she faced a lot of bad relationships and faced a lot of things, but it got her to where she is today. So before we get fully started, I am going to do what I always love to do, is just take a moment for us to breathe. So connect to any part of your body, whether it's your heart, it's your navel center, maybe it's covering your eyes. And I sometimes like to do this thing where I will face my palms towards my eyes, and it's almost like I'm putting a mirror to my face and breathing into that space and healing myself in that way. But whatever feels comfortable and is available to you right now, just take a moment to connect to your breath. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. Maybe you're inhaling to the count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 2, 3, 4. Again, inhaling deeply 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 2, 3, 4. I invite you just to take a moment to connect with that inner person who's gotten you to where you are today, that old self, the one who we know who's been through a lot. And just, take a moment to connect to her story. And maybe this is something that you can do for yourself. And if you haven't already, I invite you to open your eyes and reconnect back on the space. And I just thank you right now for being here as I honor my old self. And it was kind of weird writing my own obituary. And it was not like a full obituary, but it was where I felt like I needed to tell her and honor the old Danielle in a way that I felt worked for today. So here we go. So today we honor and memorialize the old Danielle, a woman of immense resilience and strength. Though she faced countless challenges, she has emerged as a beacon of hope and perseverance. This tribute is a dedication to the woman through all her trials and tribulations, paved the way for the Danielle we know today. The old Danielle's life was marked with relentless adversities. She endured microaggressions, backstabbing, betrayal, gaslighting, feeling abandoned, ignored. She navigated the crazy waters of being in an emotionally abusive family and with intimate partners as well. She has experienced child molestation. She was raped. She went through all different types of things of feeling not worthy enough to where she wanted to commit suicide and actually tried. Despite these hardships, she stood tall on this unwavering feeling of determination to carve out a better life for herself, but not just for herself, but for those around her as well. You know, Danielle was known for her love of travel. Like, she was known to, at any point in time, just jump on a plane and head somewhere. She loved going to new places. I remember one time she went to Thailand just to prove that she can maybe potentially like Thai food. So she went there knowing she didn't like Thai food. And she was adventurous enough to say, like, every other day, she's going to try Thai food. And she gave herself a break. And those other days, she had pasta with pesto, which she knew, like, generally people can't mess that up. But in China, she realized, yes, you can mess that up. But she had this like wanderlust that took her all around the world, searching in many different ways for finding herself. Like, she would go to Cuba, Africa, Bali, and all these other different places, Costa Rica, to do spiritual healings, to find ways to heal herself so that she could help others heal. But she also was known for doing some, crazy traveling, like, hopping on a plane to LA just to get some pie because she loved some pie from Justa. She was known about exploring distant lands, loved a good beach, and she refused to wait for anyone's invitations. That's one of the things I loved about her. It's like, she got to a point she's like, where I'm tired of waiting for people to have fun. I'm tired of waiting for someone else to invite her to have that joy. And so she really loved the travel by herself. That was kind of her thing. And not even just travel by herself. She liked, when she did go to the movies, which was rarely, never, she did a lot of things on her own because she knew if she waited for someone, she would be sitting on her couch for a long time because a lot of times she just felt alone. So she would seize life by both hands, embodying this beautiful spirit of adventure and independence that I loved about her. Like, one of the things I love the most, and I think one of the most significant accomplishments in her life, was moving to Italy. Like, moving to Italy was everything. It was her way of giving the world the middle finger and defying all odds. With no money, no clear plan, not knowing the language, not knowing anyone, against all conventional wisdom because she was 29 at the time. She took a leap of faith that would forever alter her path in life. This bold move opened her up to joy, love, like opened her to be more of an open person to new ideals. It opened her mind, showing her that there was more to life than just everything that she had imagined that could be possible for a Black girl from Foster City, California. She also found her way back to yoga later on in life. After swearing off yoga, she was like, I'm never doing this thing. I have Taylor Swift yoga and we are never, ever, ever getting back together. Well, she lied about that part. She never knew, but she was like, oh, I guess we are getting back together. She discovered Kundalini yoga on a trip to Bali after she had lost 6 people in her life and went to Bali to grieve, not realizing that grieving process brought her to one of the most transformative experiences in her life. And that's a testament to her willingness to embrace new opportunities and heal within. Danielle was not very braggadocious, though she might have seemed very up in your face and different things. She kind of really kept a lot of things to herself. She never really talked about that she worked with the President of the United States. She wrote a book that she wrote and produced and directed a PSA that was played on a national concert festival called Lollapalooza. Danielle just kind of was like, well, this is just me. This is just my life. This is what I do. She was always about overcoming major limiting beliefs. She battled a victim mindset, and despite often struggling to believe in herself, always sensed that there was something bigger and better out there for her. Like, Danielle literally was like a paradox. She lived in this victim mode and clung to it, but she also clung to the silver lining of hope. She struggled with self-belief, like really, really bad. Like it was like really bad. Even though she displayed the sense of confidence and strength, inside she was like, she just didn't believe in herself. Feeling like abundance was for everyone but her. And despite these internal battles, she faced life with this tenacity that few could match. Her resilience was unmatched. She was, as she put it, one of the most resilient mother effers around. And it was almost as if the universe kept spitting in her face, and she was like, I'm going to keep wiping this off and I'm going to keep going. Even against what looked like realistic and like didn't seem smart to be doing. Like there was times when she was like, why do I keep pushing? This whisper inside of her kept saying that there's something better for you. And so Danielle was one of those people who, despite all odds, kept listening to that whisper. And that transformation from the old Danielle to the present one was not one that happened overnight. It was one that was a result of carefully crafting a personal wellness toolkit, trying new things, trying new methods, seeing this worked, that worked, and figuring out what was the right combination for her. Knowing that wellness wasn't a one-size-fits-all. Even though what worked for her felt unconventional, especially as a Black woman, she was like, well, this seems like it's going to work. So she was like, I'm still going to try it. F everyone else. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, doesn't. At least I could say I tried it. This gradual, almost unnoticeable shift led to moments of realization where the old self just quietly slipped away and was replaced by a stronger, more empowered version. The old Danielle leaves behind a legacy of unwavering resilience, relentless pursuits of personal growth, and a spirit of adventure, and hey, let's just try it and see what happens. She has shaped the Danielle of today into a woman who not only survived, but thrived, turning her pain into power to help other people find that joy and turning their pain into power and being able to discover the true selves that lies in each and every one of them. Her journey serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the transformative power of hope. In honoring my old self today, I just want to acknowledge the struggles and celebrate the victories and carry forward the lessons learned, not just for me, but I invite you to do the same. The old Danielle, she no longer may be here, but her spirit, her resilience, her hope live in me. And I thank her for that. I thank you, old Danielle. You are gone, but never forgotten. Ashe, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. Ciao. Thanks for joining us this week on the Hello Well with Danielle show. Make sure to visit our website, hellowellwithdanielle.com, where you can subscribe to our show on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon Music and never miss an episode. Also, you can follow us on social media at Hello Well with Danielle on Facebook and Instagram, and Hello Well Danny on Twitter. And if you hella love the show and got some good nuggets out of it, know that I'm not too proud to ask for you to please leave a rating or review on iTunes so that we can continue to expand our reach and help other women of color. Again, thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you next week. Ciao.